Most real estate agents work incredibly hard to get you to the closing table, and then you never hear from them again. I built something I call the R.O.O.T.S method specifically to make sure that never happens to my clients. And I'm going to walk you through exactly what it is and why I think it's probably the most important thing that I do as a realtor. By the way, whether you're thinking about buying or selling, or you just want to know what your home value is worth right now, I'd love to connect. I work with clients across Gainesville, Cumming, Lake Lanier, Beaufort area every single week. And I make it a point to be someone you can still call years after the deal is done. The best way to reach me is by calling or texting me at 470-458-9343 or booking a time using the link in the description below. And stick around until the end because I'm going to share the one thing homeowners tell me over and over again that they wish their previous agent had done. It's not complicated, but almost nobody does it, and it changes everything. Here's the reality of the way real estate transactions work. An agent's going to hustle to win your business. They show you homes, negotiate hard, navigate the inspection, and fight for you at the closing table. And then once that commission check clears, you're on your own. No follow-up, no check-ins, no, hey, your neighborhood just had 3 homes sell above asking price. And here's what that means for your equity. Just silence. And look, I understand why it happens. Real estate agents are always chasing the next deal. But that approach treats clients like transactions instead of people. And I decided a long time ago that wasn't how I was going to operate. So I built a framework for myself, something I could be intentional about, something I could actually follow through on with every single client. I call it the R.O.O.T.S method. 5 letters, 5 commitments, each one representing a different way I stay connected. And I continue to add value long after closing day and the paperwork is signed. Let me walk through each one. R is relationship first. The R stands for relationship first. This is the one that sets the foundation for everything else. From the first conversation I have with a client, I'm not thinking about the transaction. I'm thinking about the person. What are their goals? What are they worried about? What does this move mean for the family? Because when I know these things, I'm just not an agent helping someone buy a house. I'm someone invested in an outcome that actually matters to them. And that changes everything about how I show up during the deal and long after it's over. The O stands for ongoing market updates. Your home is probably your largest financial asset, and most homeowners have no idea what it's worth right now or what's happening in their neighborhood unless they happen to see a Zillow's estimate or a for sale sign go up down the street. I changed that. I proactively reach out to past clients with real information. What homes are selling for near you, what your equity position looks like, what the shifts in the market mean right now for your next move. Even if that move is years away, knowledge is power and you deserve to have it. The second O is for outreach. Outreach that actually adds value. I want to be very clear about what this is not. It's not a generic holiday card with my face on it. It's not a mass email blast with the subject thinking of you. But it is a real check-in tied to something meaningful. It's photos with Santa, a blueberry picking event. It's supporting my clients and their businesses. It's a market milestone in your specific neighborhood, a heads up about a new development or road project that could affect your home's value. A quick note when I know that life has shifted for you in some way. The goal is simple. Every time I reach out, you should feel like I reached out because I actually was thinking about you, not because it was the 3rd Tuesday in the month and you were on my database to contact. T stands for trusted resource, and this is the one that I think that matters the most. Life doesn't pause after you close on a house. Jobs change, families grow, relationships shift. Sometimes people need to move suddenly. And when that moment comes, the last thing you want to do is start from scratch trying to find an agent you can trust. When you're a client of mine, I'm already someone you know. I know your house. I know your situation. I know what you paid. I usually know what you did to it and what it means to you. You don't have to explain your story to a stranger in a moment of stress. Just call me. That's what being a trusted resource for life actually looks like. And staying connected through referrals. Here's something that I've learned over the years of doing this. Referrals don't come from transactions. They come from relationships. When your neighbor puts a sign in their yard, when your coworker mentions that they're thinking about selling, when your sister calls to say she's finally ready to buy, The name that comes out of your mouth in that moment is the name of someone you trust, not someone you vaguely remember working with 4 years ago. The R.O.O.T.S method keeps me top of mind. And because I'm not pestering you, not because I'm continued, but because I'm continued to show up and add value long after most agents have moved on. That's how referrals happen naturally. And that's how I built this business. Let me give you a couple of examples of what this practice looks like. I had a client I helped buy a home. 4 years later, out of the blue, she called me. Not because she saw my billboard, not because I sent her a postcard, but because I stayed in touch. And I had sent her a market update 6 months earlier that showed her neighborhood was on fire. She remembered, and when she was ready to sell, I was the only person she called. Another client mentioned that my photos with Santa, that they'd be in the market this year. I actually had an off-market property that I was able to match. Both were past clients. I was able to match it up. It was perfect. So my favorite house is still in my wheelhouse because I've sold it from one client to another. That's what the R.O.O.T.S method is really talking about. So why does this matter to you? Whether you've worked with me before or you're just finding out I exist, it matters because you deserve an agent who treats your home like an investment, the investment that it actually is, not just on closing day, but year after year. It matters because life is unpredictable, and having a trusted real estate advisor already in your corner is genuinely valuable. And it matters because when you're ready to make the next move, whether it's 6 months, 6 years, you shouldn't have to start over. You should already have someone. I've told you I would share one thing that homeowners tell me over and over again that they wish their previous agent had done. And here it is. It is almost embarrassingly simple. They just wanted someone to check in, not to sell them something, not to ask for a referral, just to say, hey, here's what's happening in your neighborhood, or I'm having an event and I'd love to see you, or I'm here if you ever need anything. That's it. Takes 5 minutes. And almost no agent does it consistently because most agents are focused on the next transaction, not the relationship they already built. The R.O.O.T.S method exists because I believe that one check-in done genuinely and consistently is worth more than any marketing campaign I could ever run. And my clients tell me that all the time. The R.O.O.T.S method isn't a marketing gimmick. It's just how I believe real estate should work. Because buying or selling a home isn't a one-time event. Life keeps moving, the market keeps shifting, and you deserve an agent who is in your corner through all of it. I'm already doing this for clients all across the North Georgia area, and I'd love to do it for you. You can call or text me at 470-458-9343 or connect with me using any of the links in the video description below. I'm not just here for the closing. I'm here for the long run. And that's the R.O.O.T.S method. And I'll see you out there.